everyone, and welcome back to another episode of 716291741 Transport Co. Yes, I'm not going to change that name. It's the default name for this map, and I think it's funny. Anyway, currently you can see the traffic overview menu, and this is because in between episodes, amongst making a few efficiency improvements, changing the amounts of vehicles on a line, a few more electrifications which I'll show you later, but the main thing I've done is fixed a lot of the traffic in London. It's still not perfect. You can still see these kind of pink patches where vehicles are backed up, but at one point it was minus 50%. Now it's minus 30% on the traffic, so it is definitely improving. Anyway, I was thinking in today's episode we're gonna get a few more passenger lines connected, because as you can see I've got the money. It's just rolling in at the moment. And now that the traffic's not so bad in London, the trucks can make a bit more money, which is helping. So I think I'm going to get more passenger lines set up. Now, I'm probably going to have to... I was thinking going west from like Reading to Swindon to Bristol, probably towards like Cardiff and Swansea in Wales. So to do that, I'm going to have to connect off the current main line from London. Now, I have electrified this line. It took me a while, but yeah. So I've already got this branch I built here in the previous episode. So if I just electrify it, and then I'm already going to need a station. Now, will this station fit in is the question. Got the catenary on. Yes, the station will fit in, but I'm gonna change the positioning of the building. So if I just go to passenger buildings, the ones that come with this type of station, that will connect. Good. And they've got the footbridge here if they want to go to another platform. So at the moment it's just going to use the same tracks through Reading. I am tempted, if I expanded this station in so-called Watford a bit more, to kind of like have a second set of tracks running out of London that then bypass Slough. So the underpasses are here and here. Use the more modern platforms or whatever. Doesn't want me to build there. Bye buildings. Do this. So that's connected. It's got the underpass. I'm not going to build an entrance on the other side in case I build more tracks. But for now, what I'm going to do is with the catenary, I'm then going to run some tracks round the back of Slough through to here, and that will then serve as a bypass route. And then for now, I don't really know. Can I connect this? Yes, I can. So, ooh. Just gonna run it like that, and then that's good. So, from these tracks, I'm now got this, which is gonna run into the other platform, and then cross over here. If it will allow me. Wait for the autosave. Gosh, this track's gone a bit funky now. So if I was just to do a connection. Oh, too much slope. Whoops. Now I just disconnected that. What if I was to say, I could do it in two parts, if I was to say do it like that, then that's good for now. And to understand, I could make this a crossover and kind of like connect a track round here. That would work in the future. So I've now got tracks here, and I'm probably then going to have to connect them in. You know what? No, I'm just going to connect them into this bridge for now. I know they can only go 56 miles an hour on this bridge, but It's not that bad. So connected into here, and then this signal, whoops, that signal can go, and it looks like the entire bit of the track with it, but one-way signals, these ones, why not go for something a bit different there? And then, yeah, so this main line will be quite busy, so I'll put in the extra signals. I'm going to remove these ones. There. Actually, I don't really want one coming out. There, let's just do this, and then space them out a bit more. Like so. And then they're going to come into Reading, where I have only got 2 platforms, which could become a problem in the future. And then it will split off. Swindon, right. Now, I think for Bristol, I am going to build a station like here, and then make them turn back out again to come to Cardiff. So, I'm going to build one of these stations. I'm actually, in spirit of planning for the future, I'm going to put 4 platforms in, and it looks like it's on quite a bit of a slope, but for one of the first times in this series, I don't really have to worry about money at the moment. So, I'm just going to do a straight connection in there. And then I'm going to make... it... Well, actually, changing my mind, I'm going to make it come on a bridge over here. So from Bristol, it's then going to do a bridge over the Severn Estuary. So, for now, I'll connect up all the platforms for now. It's quite possible Bristol will have future railway lines to places like Hereford, or connecting up to this line towards Birmingham. But for now, I'm even going to connect up all the platforms to all the tracks, so that it's just like, this junction will probably change in the future, but for now, it's well set up. And then from Bristol, I'm going to make it run over a bridge to Cardiff, which is also on quite a bit of a hill. So I'm going to do this. I think for Cardiff, I'm only going to have 2 platforms for now. Once again, it could change in the future. And then just bridging it over like that. Oh, I might want to turn it a bit more. Well, to be honest, what would a straight connection be like? A straight connection would be like that. Floating, clearly. About that bridge. That bridge looks decent. So that's bridge pillar collision. Where's it colliding? It works up until there. There is a bridge pillar collision. Oh, I see. This road. This road doesn't need to exist. It can rebuild itself anyway if it wants to. This is where I run out of money. Put it on play mode. And that's where I get money. Put it on pause mode again. So for now, I'm just going to use these 2 platforms at Bristol to go towards Cardiff, and the others will probably bend down towards kind of Taunton, Exeter. So that's now connected. It'll probably go London or Watford or whatever it's called, straight to Reading, Swindon, Bristol, Cardiff. And I think for now, I'm going to make it terminate in Swansea, which I'm going to give, for now, also 2 platforms. You know what, let's make it, let's not make it a terminating station, actually. Gosh, spend over $1 million to just have it dug into the hillside. And then that can connect up to Cardiff. Not the smoothest connection, in all fairness. Keep it flat. But yeah, that's a bit better. And once again, wait for the money. No expenses just come out. So, patience. You can hear the car horns. Just like that. Beep. I think the tunnels are the most expensive, and my expenses have just gone out again for all the upkeep of stuff. But, I mean, my money makers will make money again. It's not an issue. House money's just gone down again. At some point I'll make some big money when one of the cargo trains drops off its load somewhere, like over in Ireland. Got some cargo trains that can make quite a lot of money if they drop off, which are nowhere to be seen. Ireland seems to be doing alright though. Gosh, now on to -5 million. I mean, my lines are profitable at the moment. That's got too many vehicles on them. If I didn't already say it then, I'll say it now that I did rename all the lines between episodes, just to make sure I'm now ready to build more, because that's how this game works, you just keep building lines. The crossover in the tunnel once I have the money. It's possible from Swansea I'll do a line bending up to Aberystwyth, but for now this will be the end of the line from London. Just waiting. Yeah. My money all comes in bursts, that's the thing. Yeah, this Limerick Silver route is currently showing as unprofitable, but when it drops off it'll be profitable. There we go. I've got the money, just pause so it doesn't go away again. So I can do the crossover. And for now, I'm not going to put any more signals in because stations are spaced out enough, there won't be that many trains until it joins onto the other lines. So, new line from Watford, probably put it on platform 4, through to Reading. It'll do that because it's just stuck to a certain platform. Bristol, but Bristol, I then want it to go on to Cardiff, and then Swansea, and then back to Cardiff, but on the other platform, back to Bristol, then Swindon, Reading, and back into Watford. So that all works fine. I've got the depot here, which doesn't quite connect, and also isn't electrified. See what I can do about this. Okay, that does connect. Just electrify the connection, but yeah, that does connect, and then in case trains need to go back to the depot, I shall build that there. So then I shall run the game, make some more money. While I'm thinking about it, I'm going to build some bus routes, because Reading and Oxford and even Worcester have just sprawled out from where they've initially worked with the train stations. So they could do with some bus routes, and because they aren't as big, I'll probably only do them one way. So just place them around the edges, also not too far from the middle, just so they cover everywhere. So that's Reading. Quick depot, and then probably just a few vehicles. These aren't super well set up lines, so get those, put 4 on there for now. New line, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I should rename this as well to Reading. It would help if I didn't have caps lock on, Reading Loop. And while I think about it, this line 1 is London to Swansea passenger. That would do. So now, well, I've still got the money. I'm just going to connect up this road in Oxford so that I then have more of a loop I can make. So that connects to the station, so that's fine. Kind of like run around the edge. It's not a very kind of complicated thing. And then back to their road depot. So I'll get another 4 buses. And then I think I might need to let the game run for some more money before I do any more of these bus routes. So letting it run, call this the Oxford Loop. I now have a little bit more money, 1.7 million to be exact, so I think I could do with a bus route in Worcester. I might connect some more roads up first. Use this one. Oh, this one. There we go. Oh, I've got bus lanes turned on. That's from when I was doing stuff in London. It occurs to me that that will also be on the new road in Oxford, so I shall put this all onto default player ownership as well. I should have been a bit more careful about that, but it doesn't really matter. So the traffic in Worcester is bad because the traffic in Birmingham is, well, it's as bad as London. And the bus lines are quite crowded. But yes, so stop. I'm probably going to go slightly into Birmingham just to kind of cover a bit more of the city of Birmingham while it's rapidly expanding, a bit like London, to be fair. So coming down to here and then back along this road, placing a bus depot, and I'm probably going to put 6 on this line because it dips into Birmingham slightly. So I'll start it here and run it round everywhere, and then back to where it started. So that's for the towns I've already got connected before, and I think I'll do bus. I think bus routes make sense in Cardiff and Swansea, maybe, because they're bigger places that are kind of a bit more spread out. So, a bit like that, I'll probably start off with another 4 buses. How much should that cost? Money I have. Yeah, that's a small route. Bristol coverage isn't great. I could probably improve it by placing the large passenger buildings, in fact, because they stretch a bit. So connecting there and connecting there. I'm trying to destroy as few buildings as possible, just so I don't have to pay to destroy them, because that is a lot of money. So yeah, the train station covers a lot of Bristol. That should be fine. While I'm letting the game run a bit more. I'm not renaming the stuff, I'm renaming the line as Cardiff Loop. And I'm back in the negative again after that. So yeah, the coverage around Swansea isn't very good, so I think that also deserves a bus route. Quick question, can this connect? No, this might be a bit difficult. Oh well, just like a long loop. So I'll start it outside the station, run it round here, bring it down this road, bring it down here, kind of bring it around the loop here, go back up to here, and then that does connect. I'll probably give the city a helping hand in road construction. So I think Swansea isn't, despite being quite spread out, it isn't actually that dense. So, I mean, I think at this point it's just as many buses as I can afford. Once I press play. Yeah. Can I get to 547,000? Yes, I can. Go for 3 buses. And that will do for Swansea. I shall just rename that line as not SA, but Swansea Loop. There we go. So they'll start moving around some passengers, but I think the big money will come, well, the big passenger use will come when I connect up the train line. Well, less connect up the train line and more buy a train for the train line. So if I was to go for the most, probably for this electric locomotive, that's already 8.5 million. So trying to work out what's better value, what's better. I'll probably get these Donnerbücher, or however you say them. I'm not an expert in German. Well, that sounds German. Passenger coaches. So even just like 104 capacity is about the sum of 14 million. So I think I shall cut the video to when I have 14 million. Right, so it looks like I now have the money. No, I can't get one extra carriage. Never mind, I'll start off with 104 capacity. That's bought. I'll send it out on the, I just set it to that and it'll do the lines I can see. That's London Swansea passenger, and we'll almost certainly need a second train on that line, but or to at least extend the length of this train. Just put a signal going out here. No, I don't have the money for it. Turns out buying the train was pretty much the only thing I could do with this money. Oh well, the train's out now, and this other train, completely full, can now move. So, we await to see if anyone will want to ride on this line. So, I think, is there anyone waiting for this line? No, not yet, don't think so. Oh, there is someone at Reading, waiting to go to London, or Watford, or wherever it's called. Surely. Well, I suppose, like, once they've established a line that's been set up, they'll then kind of like get onto a bus to get to the station, to get on the train, so it'll be a more complicated affair. I suppose Swindon station seems a bit pointless at the moment. I know what I can do. I could do a nice little hack to get the station closer to Swindon. Once I have the money, of course. If I just like build like load as far as it will go for platforms, then like the biggest passenger building I can. So not a bigger one, okay. There is that actually that I got off the workshop, so like I'm not sure how well this will work, but it will at least add some more connections. If I can get this connected. So if I did that, still not that much. It's just a waste of space, kind of like doing this. I suppose it's time for another bus line. So I just went here, 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 here. That'll do, and then once roads are connected down there, I'll probably put another bus stop up here and kind of make it do that. But anyway, I think this will only be 2 buses. Once the money comes in. Waiting for 365,000, got it. Now for a new line. Chester Road, Park Road, Main Road, Victoria Road, and Church Street. And that is going to be called Swindon Loop. So, what are line 1 and line 2? Oh, that's the Oxford Loop and the Worcester Loop. And then all the lines will be properly named. So line 2, managed line, that is the Worcester Loop. So I have 12 people waiting there. This train has picked up one passenger and just missed another at the moment. Going up to full speed. Really, the amount of people waiting at Cardiff. This is making me think that second train might not be too far off too far down the list. So I'm just kind of once again looking at my lines and thinking that there are some that aren't making much money, like some of the London cargo lines. But I think, are they getting stuck in traffic anywhere? No, actually they're not. That's pretty good, actually. So, but clearly there's more of a demand, and this line here hasn't got much demand, so I'll sell 2 vehicles. But yeah, so it looks like most of the traffic in London is completely clear. It's just this one, like, coming from Brighton, which is just, like, never ending. What I didn't show you, what I did before the episode is, bam, all these underground roads. It's kind of like the ring road tunnels, connections, which are actually proving useful for some vehicles. They aren't too congested in themselves, but anyway, so the target's gone way up. Traffic is now only 10% negative. So that is really good news. It's just I can't move these down quick enough. I think it might be time for a bit more two-lane road. So if I do that, to turn off the traffic light, it appears I have to go into the traffic overview and then do it like this. To be honest, I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to take for this traffic to go down, but as long as it keeps moving, then it'll be fine. It's occurred to me that I could, because I've got the bricks being produced over here, I think if I just got another road connection, I could get the goods down to London. It's just gonna, like, I'm just a bit worried that that will just spark off like some new traffic jams that I have to fix. So this junction is a lot coming from other directions. Maybe, I don't know, if I got this set up as a connection, that would help. I have been in other parts of London kind of doing loads of bridges just to kind of calm down the traffic. So yeah, they're all just waiting here. If I just, because this is one of the main roads, if they want to connect to this road going down, they can do it somewhere else. If I just keep pressing the N key until it's a tunnel, or maybe keep pressing the M key until it's a bridge. Let's do it as this type. Let's do it this type of bridge. There we go. And then, if they want to just pass straight over, they can use the bridge, and if they want to turn on or off, they can do it elsewhere. That just keeps this traffic moving a bit more. I do get a bit annoyed in this game when traffic light prefers one lane, but actually it appears in this situation they are spreading out and using both lanes to get into London. So a lot of people also turning right. I don't really know why, but maybe they want to bypass London, which is actually, to be honest, could be quite a big cause of the traffic problems. People kind of like having to drive through London even though they're not going there. So it's already moving quite a lot better. The line from this way is almost gone. So actually, this is decreasing pretty fast. So how's this train line doing then? 46 people waiting to go past Swindon. Where's the train? It's not that one, it's this one. So, this is probably the shortest passenger train I've got at the moment. It's amazing how many people just wanted to get off at Reading. Probably because this is a fast train from London to Reading. But what I'm gonna do is just... Actually, I'm gonna wait for the money to get a second train. And then after that I'll extend both the current train and the new one. Just looking at the information, a two-axle German passenger car completely made of steel. The stronger roar of these vehicles due to the lack of insulation led to the name Donnerbücher or Thunderbox. It's really interesting and also something I don't think I really needed to know. But okay. Here come the fuel trains, these full. No and no, so... And also they're steam trains. So that capacity of that can go down. I'm actually going to stop this train here. I want the passenger train to take priority. Right, now the passenger train has gone in front of it. I can do this, but yeah. I mean, I could electrify it all round here and get electric locomotives on both of those. I mean, if you look at electrification, I have electrified these lines, but not the fuel delivery lines. It's mostly electrified, but not all electrified. I'm actually tempted to put a signal. I don't know whether I should. I'm actually going to put a signal here, so that they don't kind of have to. Trains don't have to wait as they can wait close to the junction. So yeah, 43 people want to go via Reading there. 70 people want to go via Swindon, which is via Reading, so that will be a full train going back. But talking of the train, we're going to have a new train. Now they won't be very well spaced apart at the moment, but I think that's fine. To be honest, I just want them to clear up the demand. I can space them apart a bit more if I want to. Obviously, to add an extra coach onto those, I would need to not be in debt. Just being patient to go out of debt. There we go. So this train here, I'm going to let it get to kind of like halfway between Bristol and Swindon, which is overall about halfway on the line, before I then just stop it, just so that it gets nicely spread out from the other train on the line. Just so that one train's not like completely full and the other's like only got a few passengers on board. So I shall stop it here. And then wait for the other train to return, which is already almost full. Great. What about another 2 carriages on each? 6.1 million. Not far off, but hopefully. Got that 1 second and then it went away again. Because all the upkeep expenses went. So I think it's time to wait for another 6 million, which shouldn't be too far off. But still, it's a bit of a wait. And look, that train's already full of 130, that's why I need these additional carriages. But the question is the balance, the bank balance, going to get to 6.1 million? And the answer it is. So that's now 7 carriages on each. This train is still going. So, how are the bus routes doing? Slough Loop has always just been like overcrowded, so I'll raise that to 15 vehicles once I have the money, that is. I think this whole area is just so dense, and I just don't cover it enough with bus routes. I think I'll need even more. But, to be honest, the buses should be getting held up a lot less now, because the traffic's like, the line is down to here and here. Like, the fixes have actually like worked, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting them to be a bit like meh, but I think I'll get an extra few vehicles on the Slough route, and then I might think about going to another direction just to kind of increase the London's connections. It is. The charts have just gone straight up since the game has started, albeit with this slight drop because of the traffic, but it's now straight back up. If you think of that, a lot of people going to these places here to shop and work, so gosh, a lot of people going to Birmingham. I've always thought, because I could do like an express line that goes London, Birmingham, Liverpool, because those are my kind of biggest kind of urban areas I've got at the moment, and those are the kind of cities that are like expanding out into other cities, like with Liverpool, Birmingham and London all doing the same. So yeah, extra vehicles on the Slough line. I might have to think about maintenance at some point. London Loop clockwise. Can have an extra couple of vehicles, and I'll do the same to the anti-clockwise. You can just see these kind of tunnel entrances, and they're not actually that busy. It's all flowing nicely down here. Let's take a trip through the underground roads of London. Woo, quite fast as well. There we go, how are we going up? Right, that's the end of the trip through the underground roads of London. And then it joins all the traffic going towards Canterbury. Great. If I was just I'm not spending 3.6 million on that when I could spend it elsewhere. But yeah, that could be quite a problem. I mean, to be fair, the traffic going out of Canterbury's pretty much dissipated. It's just the traffic going in now, which is funny, but London's now only minus 10%. If I look at comparable cities like Birmingham's actually on more population though, on a lower target at the moment, which I find quite funny. But yeah, minus 40%. And in Liverpool, minus 10%. But I know like Warrington's minus 60% based on traffic. But yeah, I mean, all the cities are getting great bonuses for public transport and private transport. So that train's almost but not quite full. Yeah, and if I look at cities, the worst traffic is Warrington, then Manchester, Birmingham, Sheffield, Doncaster. London's all the way down here. It probably would have been like right up here at the start. Growth. Slough, Reading, London, Stoke, Watford. Yeah, okay. But in terms of... Okay, so this passenger train line, maybe it'll need some... I forgot to send this vehicle out again. Where's the other train now? I forgot to send that train out. Like, where's the other train on that line? Where's the other train? No, it's right behind it. Now, the whole thing of separating them out, right, completely didn't work by the fact I forgot to start it going again. So, I'm interested, like, would a express route that went London, Birmingham, Liverpool be, like, financially viable? I think it would be, and I think it would be a good opportunity to use the high-speed tracks. So if I just added one more platform at London with the high-speed tracks and destroyed a load of the buildings while I was at it, and then if I just, like, I don't want to slow it down too much leaving London, but yeah, that's fine. Just, like, try to, like, point it in the direction of Birmingham. And also, I'm sure this line will be used quite heavily, so after the level crossing split it out, see, they'll have to slow down to 120, but they won't have to slow down further, and to be honest, that's when they're speeding up, not slowing down anyway. So, just kind of bridging it over here. Might run into Oxford. This bridge, kind of like, just trying to think, like, how much do I care about speed versus how much do I care about, like, kind of like, that's destruction. So just bridge, kind of make sure it stays above all of that, and I'll put it on. Where's the bridge? Oh, I don't have one of the bridges yet that kind of lets them go all the way up to 186, but I'll keep it on 140, that's fine. I will have to climb up and down the steep hill, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, so that's just like coming into Birmingham already, and I think, do I do that, or do I, thinking I could use, where is it? The elevator. I think I've got an elevated station mod, but I could do it buried. So, track type, high speed tracks, just like 2 tracks. If I kind of like tunneled it. I've also got, that's just connected up to this station. So, tracks. I think I'm, okay. For now, I'm just going to connect it up as it, actually I don't know, because it'll just run into all this city. You know what, never mind, I'm going to build a new station, the high speed line. I mean, this whole high speed line is a bit of a weird thing to invest a lot of money into, given that, like, there are already connections, and also increase the depth. Already connections, and like, I'm not really adding much, but actually the benefit of these will be massive. So if I did like that angle, it can go straight underground after leaving the stations. So just connect a small little road up. Too much slope. Ha! Classic. There we go. That's a bit better. Now, it's not really linked up to the bus route or anything, so I don't know how to do this actually. It's also quite funny that it's called Leicester. These station names. So yeah, you can see the traffic coming across here. Could I just do like a mega, like, bridge, like to there? If I went M. Yeah, I could actually. If I just change the type of bridge, it would do. But yeah, that would work. And then I can expand out bus line. If I do the anti-clockwise loop, so after green lane number 5, it just comes out here. And if they're on the clockwise loop, they can change onto the anti-clockwise loop. And might also kind of like get some stops here on the way, so. They're both called North Street, that's totally not confusing. But yeah, so that's now the high-speed station, and I might just get it set up London to Birmingham with one train and see how busy it gets now. So where am I connecting it to? I'm connecting it to here. And that's actually a pretty easy connection, albeit for quite a lot of money spent. But that is all good. And then what I think is the best thing to do is just to connect up like that, and I can get it connect London to Birmingham line. And for now, no signals because it's only going to be one train. So I'll get a specific depot for this one with high-speed tracks. So it'll just connect in like so. And then what's the fastest train I can use at the moment is the next question. I suppose still steam, which is the even more funny thing, and also very expensive. It's the Mallard. So if I did this will be the fastest train I could make so far. With a 90 capacity, it will cost a grand total of 14 million. It's like maybe I just like, for now, just get like a more basic train. I don't know, because if I look at the locomotives, this is actually cheaper than the most comparable electric, but that's because the electric's got better power. But I mean, in terms of I could get the Flying Scotsman, because the carriages can only go up to 75, so it doesn't mean much if the locomotive can go faster. But yeah, so waiting for the money. Oh, actually, I do have the money. Right. New line from London, from Watford to Leicester, which is really London to Birmingham. Oh yeah, I don't have any signals on it, so I'll just use one track for now. To be honest, I think I'm going to get a signal here, a one-way signal here, and just another one-way signal going into Birmingham, just so it like uses the separate tracks, because otherwise when I get a second train on that line I'll probably forget that it's only using one side and then they'll have issues. So London to Birmingham, Birmingham Passenger Express. So that's that, and for the moment, let's see how this train goes. I don't know whether this line will be like barely do anything, or whether like they'll start queuing up for it just like as soon as I start service. Also, the London to Swansea trains could do with extending or possibly getting another one. That was also the first of the two, because they're now bunched up. Anyway, how's this train doing? Does it pick anyone up? Not at the moment. I suppose it's not particularly central for Birmingham though. Listen to someone waiting there now. I could do like a suburban rail line. I mean, in terms of buildings, I'm pretty sure at some point I'll have unlocked another underground station that's like fully underground, so I could do like an underground rail loop of Birmingham, like the same for like London and Liverpool because they're so big. It's also worth thinking that like this high-speed line from London to Birmingham, if I extended it to Liverpool, I could just make the ferry service redundant, do a massive tunnel through to Dublin that I probably won't for now, because that would cost quite a lot of money. How's this fuel plant doing? Needs more stuff, but for now I could start sending fuel to like Bristol, to like Cardiff. I mean, Bristol, I don't think it'll have many fuel buildings, but what's the demand in fuel for Cardiff? Where is it? Oh, it's right next to the station. That makes it even easier. So if I just did a track connection up to Bristol, so I will have to change this junction because it'll actually be really bad. Could I? I was going to say, could I do that? But quite expensive because it's all in a tunnel. But at the same time, I can afford it now. So it's amazing how like some lines just make like several million in one go. So, in terms of signals, that'll do that, and then they'll wait going out the station, then going in, going out, and then they might get like one set of signals here. So, in terms of Cardiff station, platforms, I'm actually going to get a third track, then the cargo platform. It just makes the whole station a bit more flexible, just in case I was to like get another passenger route and want that third platform, and then I could switch the cargo line over to another track here at the back. So for now that will do, and I'll get the line connected up to the bridge, which will be interesting. Could I? Yes, that works. Okay, good. So, obviously, I once again need to wait for some money, and might also want to... Platform 1, yeah, that's good. Might also want to electrify the tracks if I want to get an electric train, but for now, that is set up to deliver fuel to Cardiff, so it'll be Cardiff fuel. Like that. So... can use this train depot here. What would it take to electrify the whole line? It would take probably not that much money, just down to the junction. And then I may as well, just like, because I probably want to upgrade the trains to Reading and Slough to do electric at some point, just do that. And I think that's now, apart from a couple of bits, which I'll do now, that'll be all the train lines electrified. Now I do sometimes like to kind of have some diesel lines just to kind of make it kind of, or steam at this point lines to just have some more interesting gameplay, but for now they're all electrified, so I'll just slowly switch out the last of the steam trains. There we go. 1, 2, 2. I can carry out, I think we're mainly actually waiting for this train, this Worcester crude oil train, which could do with another couple of tank cars. I won't do too many, but I know, why am I creating a new line? I've already created the line, the Cardiff fuel line. Where is that, the first train or the second train? I think that's the first train, so yeah, it's not ideal having them so close together. So, let's see how much I would have to pay for an electric train. I'll get I think the cheaper one's reasonable, given the cargo wagons can only go up to 50 miles an hour. I think. For now, do a 50-60 capacity for 8.6 million. Or I might even go, no, and all the money's now just gone again. Right, I think it's time to be patient again, and by be patient I mean the money's coming in quite quickly. Just be a matter of time. So, it's already up to 5 million, 6 million, so like 7 million, 7.5 million, 8 million. It's up to 8.2 million. Just got so much money coming in that it's just a matter of kind of like waiting for a minute, and then the expenses go out. So, but then it's back up to 6 million. It's just like a never-ending cycle of kind of like earn money, spend money, earn money, spend money. It's kind of like just like repetitive. And also, like, it gets a bit annoying when you don't make enough money to like buy a train for like a couple of cycles. But holding on. There we go. Got the money for 56 capacity. I'm not gonna increase that yet. Yeah, because now the expenses just came out again. So it's all good. So, new electric train. It'll have to wait coming out the depot. I feel like I should always get signals coming out the depot. Well, and I feel like I should always have 3,000 waiting so that I can get signals coming out the depot. But sometimes just like have other priorities as to what to spend money on. That was a loud horn. So, in terms of this train line, it is very busy. The train that's behind us, like not as busy. But I'm just thinking, like, if I was to stop one of the trains, I have to actually remember to start it back up again. So that's that train. I am going to stop this train until the other train gets close to London. So in fact, this will be a nice time to do a time lapse of the new route I've got in here. So let's do a time lapse. We are now in London, so I think we can let the other train go. I am remembering to do it this time. So yeah, that can be released. How's the... I mean, it's actually like almost full. This train isn't quite profitable yet, but I expect it will be at some point. So, yeah, this London to Swansea line might need a third train or something. Yeah, it does. I think. So, well, I do actually have quite a bit of money at once, so easiest way to do it is just to do that. I don't know how much it'll cost to close 7 carriages, so I'll just get a new electric train. There's a new electric train here. It's actually tempting. This can go 75 miles an hour. So these can carry 182. I mean, that would cost 20 million. I think the newer coaches, because they're higher capacity and also have the ability to go faster, cost more money. But so I also do the same 7 Donnerbusches. 182, that would cost 17 million. What would it cost with the coach we're currently using? 19 million. So to be honest, using the new one probably makes sense. Because it's not that much worse on the power. I mean, in fact, if I just went to these ones and got rid of the old locomotives, that'd probably save me a little bit of money, and then just keep spamming the clone button. But there we go, until the train is purchased. And now this one's going to go directly in front of the other one. I love how they get bunched up. It's all my fault as well, because I could like send them out to depot nicely spaced apart, but I'm not, clearly. Anyway. How is the express train going? Not too far off being full. Should take, gosh, a lot of people waiting just to get to Birmingham. I'm tempted to like get a shuttle train that also runs like back and forth between the 2 Birmingham stations. I mean, in the future I'll probably get rid of it, as there'll probably be more lines that kind of just go between the 2 stations, but for now I'm kind of tempted actually, just to get a small kind of smallest, cheapest train I can get, just do it back and forth for all the people who just want to go between the two stations in Birmingham. So from Birmingham to Birmingham, preferably using the correct side of the track. So I'll get signal here, signal here. Oh, what have I done? What have I done? Line 1 could not connect all stations. What? Why? Oh, it's trying to go into the other platform. What's it doing there? Yeah, go fine on that platform. So that will just be a shuttle. And what I'm going to say here is that the line cannot, in terms of, cannot unload passengers going from Birmingham and pick up passengers going to Birmingham. So then it will just all go onto the other line. So this depot is in a bit of an annoying layout, in terms of the fact it only faces that one direction. But if I just was to make like a silly loop here, so kind of like just to do this, I did this, slope, I think because I kind of made it go up a hill, just keep it flat, and then that actually works. So now it looks a bit like a question mark. I am questioning whether this is a bit of a silly design, but it works. So have I got multiple units? Yes, I have. 3 million for this one, and it will carry 30 passengers. So I think that'll do, given it'll be pretty frequent. Got the money. Buy it up before. No, not that line. Whoops, put it on the wrong line. Manage vehicle. Put it on line 1, which can be renamed to the Birmingham shuttle. So that should then mean that they'll start waiting for. Oh, I actually realised. Can you actually look at the destinations they're going? Oh, no. So, yeah, you can look at the destinations. So they're waiting to go to Liverpool. So in terms of the people waiting to go towards London, how many of them are actually going to London? 13. I suppose there'll be quite a few of them just using the fast train, which is here, which has 51 people on board. It's just about making money. Anyway, this is going to have quite a few passengers to pick up. It's possible I might have to double it up and put a second unit on there, because at the moment it's going to be completely full, but it's also possible it just got a backlog to go through and then it will be fine afterwards. So I think I shall leave it to do its thing for now. The Birmingham bus route, oh no, the Worcester loop, this one is actually very full. Are there any more buses? No, I mean this one doesn't carry as many, so, and it's more expensive, so I wouldn't do that. I'm just thinking that I could, the traffic jams aren't helping anything actually, so the buses are all stuck. I might have to do some traffic fixing in Birmingham as well, which I don't really want to do, but it is chock-a-block. Chock-a-block. Yeah, it is. Standstill traffic. And while I'm waiting for that money, just another quick check of how those lines are doing. Cardiff fueled. This isn't making much money. I'm gonna chop off one carriage, but Kilkenny food always seems to not be making much money, but then I expect the train will get to Kilkenny and then everyone will forget about the loss in money. Gosh, busy. I suppose the level crossing's holding a lot of vehicles back, but busy. Still. So yeah, just kind of slowing down to go around the corner. Actually, while I've got 3 million, I might just double up that Birmingham shuttle train. So Birmingham shuttle, manage vehicles, configure, add another rotor fail, or however you say it to it. And then I'm also considering, what if is it possible to add stuff on this station? Trying to work it out, so I am just gonna go for terms of tarmac 2-lane town, and I'm gonna do an overpass. Does this actually do anything? No. Can I actually do this? A, B, A and B. Oh, it does actually. It's B, isn't it? Yeah. So that does actually build a road. And if I put a passenger building somewhere here, I can then extend the road to connect up here, and also to connect up to this here. Also, can't I just do that? Yeah, I can just do that. So yeah, now these 2 stations connect. So if you say you arrived on the fast train but wanted to go somewhere nearer here, you could just get this train back, the Birmingham shuttle. I have no idea whether in the future this line will make any money at all, but at the moment there are quite a lot of people waiting. They're at Birmingham Exchange, as it's currently called. So, just looking around, if there's anything more obvious I can do, but this traffic has suddenly built up again in London. It's just waiting. It's kind of, to be honest, just being a bit waiting its turn to get onto the roundabout, or diamond about, as you could call it. But I don't know, like I was saying, it is a bit annoying that they all use the same lane here. It would be a bit nicer if they could, you know, like spread out and use both lanes, but it is what it is. Yeah, it's only backed up to here. It's a lot worse before. But in terms of London, it's 2827. In terms of size, Birmingham is just about in the lead in terms of size, but in terms of, that's target 3422. This is Birmingham's target 3104. So I could deliver like food to Birmingham and stuff. I expect the traffic isn't helping anything, but I think for now, as this Birmingham shuttle train now goes back into the station here, I think, and also the passenger express arrives, I think we shall leave the episode for here. Done simultaneously quite a lot of progress and not a lot. We've got the train line connected down through Swindon, Bristol, Cardiff, Swansea, which I know I probably need a new train on, or at least I can probably afford some extra carriages. Put 2 extra carriages on each of them. I can afford that for now, but I think I've done a lot of good work, and thanks for watching. See you in the next episode. Bye bye.